Can someone be a witch or a warlock without knowing it? Can someone actually be doing the work of dark energies or entities without them being aware of it? So this question on the most basic level is, can someone be out here performing spell work, casting spells on people without being consciously aware that they are doing it? And the answer is yes, absolutely. A good deal of witchcraft and spells that are performed are done by people who are not aware of their own spiritual power, who are not using their spiritual power in conscious ways. And so as a result, are not aware that the things that they are doing on a daily basis would be considered spell work or witchcraft. Because they did not light one single candle, they didn't go to a graveyard, they didn't pay a practitioner. They may be completely unaware that they are performing witchcraft. To be honest, we are all performing magic of some sort on a daily basis, but that's another story for another time. So right now, let's get into some examples of some everyday forms of witchcraft that do not require someone to light a single candle or nothing of the sort. Binding magic is one of the most common forms of witchcraft that is practiced on a daily basis. When someone is actively using sex or their sexual appeal to keep a man or a woman from leaving them, that, my friends, is binding magic. People who trap people into having children by them, that is binding magic. Going into sex with the intention that, oh, once I lay it down on this person or once I put it on this person, they're going to be hooked. They're never going to want to leave me. That is a love spell, babes, because spell work lies in the intention of the action. Spell work is a process of matching your intention with an action. So if you are doing something with the intention of keeping somebody to you, that is binding magic, period. Romantically pursuing people who are in relationships is essentially a separation or a home-wrecking spell. So the real spiritual tea is that people who have perverse sexual interests, like being interested in people who are with other people or people who can be dominated or controlled easily, these types of people have negative spiritual attachments or parasites, most usually spirit spouses, incubus, succubus, marine spirits, things like that. So people can be performing witchcraft or sorcery without being aware of it because they actually are hosts for and in covenants with high-ranking dark energies, which is why we have to be careful who we are going into contract with, whether this contract is related to business, friendships, or romance. Another everyday form of witchcraft. And so another everyday form of witchcraft that is essentially a form of destiny swapping is having a friend that is kind of obsessed with wanting to be you or be like you. They want to dress like you. They want your partner. They want your job. They want your life. That is an active sign that that person is pulling on your energy and is doing so by mirroring you, is doing so by copying you. Being around people who copy you, being around people who are obsessed with you is not flattering. It's definitely a form of witchcraft, okay? Another everyday way that witchcraft is performed is through gossip and other types of negative conversation. So if the only time that someone really calls you is when they have some negative experience to share, they just got into an argument with somebody and they just want to tell you all about it, that is a sign that they are an energy vampire and are essentially performing an energy transfer where they are taking your light, your peace, and your happiness by offloading their misery, their pain, their negativity onto you and your energy, and by overloading your mind and your energy field with that negative experience that they are calling you to share. So they may get off the phone and say, oh, I feel so much better. And of course they feel so much better because they have dumped all of that energy onto you. That is how energy transference works. So be careful of people who only talk to you when they have something negative to say about their own lives or something negative to say about somebody else through gossip. So my people out there who are the friend that everybody comes to express their grievances because, oh, you always have the ability to calm them down or to soothe them or make them feel better, please check in with yourself and your own energy to see what that energy exchange is actually costing you. Related to this process of negative transference are people who spread misery. So there are people who have the ability to inflict curses with their speech or just by coming into contact with their negative energy. So they may be the type of person to bait people into arguments. They love to start arguments with their partners. They love to start arguments with strangers, the cashier, the waitress, whatever. Like they can have a quarrel with someone everywhere that they go. They are always complaining. They are always combative. That person person most likely has a spiritual parasite, specifically a spiritual tick. If you need clarification on what a spiritual tick is, please go watch the previous video I did entitled Witchcraft and Spiritual Parasites, because with these types of people, you can get into an argument with them and you may legit feel uneasy for days afterwards. And this is most likely because whatever spiritual ticks is on them wants to spread and to feed. And so when you get into an argument with them, and this is why we do not argue, especially not with strangers, you don't know what can come onto you through that negative encounter, okay? Maintain your peace. The last example I'll give is witchcraft through evil eye. And so this looks like being around the type of people who can never give you an outright compliment. Everything that they say is backhanded or sarcastic. For instance, let's say you got a new job, and instead of simply saying congratulations, they'll say, oh, I hope you like it. I worked there before and I hated it. Or they'll say something like, oh, you're better than me. I could never work at a place like that. That is witchcraft because it is evil eye. It is the act of sending out energy that can cause unnecessary complications in your life, to where instead of you being 100% happy about your new job or your new outfit, now you're feeling self-conscious about your decisions. Now you're wondering if you're actually going to like your job. Now you're wondering if your outfit is as cute as you thought it was. Like, that energy of negativity and evil eye essentially casts a shadow over our life and over our energy, where it sucks our joy and makes us miserable. So if you are around someone where you cannot share your pleasures, your accomplishments, your passions, that is definitely a sign of evil eye. At the end of the day, all witchcraft is energy manipulation. So if you are dealing with people who are regularly manipulating your energy, negatively affecting your energy, that is witchcraft, point blank, period. Okay, friends, so I just wanted to make this video to clarify that so many encounters that we experience on a day-to-day basis are actually considered spell work. And so we need to make sure that we are the ultimate spell casters in our life, that we are manifesting the experiences we want to have, that we are transmuting energy, that we are alchemizing energy, that we are being the master manifestors in our own lives. This video was not to scare you, but to prepare you, okay? Preserve your peace. Don't let people take you out of character. Watch who you're sleeping with, whose houses you're going to, who you are calling friends, who you are eating from, and etc. If you want to go deeper into energy healing and protection techniques, that's when I recommend that you join us on Patreon, where all the real magic happens. And if you would like a reading to gain clarity or insight into any situation in your life, into a particular person in your life, then a link for that will be in the comments as well. Peace and blessings, everybody. Salah.